Hey, you. You're finally awake.
G'day Smut Squad and welcome back to the channel. Now the last video, I put it on you. I asked you guys what you thought was the most overrated NES games and give me some reasons, and I decided to comment on them. Remember, it was all a bit of fun, and I did like doing it. It was a good chuckle and some of the comments really made me give a hearty laugh behind the scenes. So I decided let's keep going with this, and I ask you now, what is the most overrated PlayStation 1 games and why? Now I've picked out a few, I haven't gone through all of them, and for some comments you put multiple ones, so I've edited it so you get one, because otherwise you're going to be taking up all the screen time. Some of your comments did make me angry, some of them made me chuckle, and I'm going to give my thoughts about them. Now if you do appear on the video, remember, it's all just a laugh. I'm just taking the piss, there's nothing serious here, and you could happily have a go at me, because we're all friends here. Honestly, we are. Now if you like to support the channel, please give a like and hype, because that is what helps the channel grow. You can also subscribe and hit the notification bell to be told new videos are coming out. We've got the weekly podcast, and we've also got a free Discord, and the link is in the description below. And last thing before we start is that this is probably closer to akin to how I am at the podcast, and how my Patreon members respond to me. Don't believe me? This was one of the comments I've got to read out this week for the podcast. From King Hooli III, Dinny Dick Danny, I got nothing this week. Fuck off, love Hooli. That's what I'm going to have to read out for this week's podcast. And if you want to be able to do that, join the podcast Patreon and you can join in and abusing me. Alright, enough talk, let's get into it, shall we? Your thoughts on the most overrated PlayStation 1 games. Michael Field 7088 says, overrated PlayStation 1 game, Chrono Cross. That battle system was the worst. Now, I'm not going to argue that you think the Chrono Cross battle system is absolutely garbage. It could be. It really could be. However, I want to just put up Unlimited Saga as a comparison. All I have memories from that game haunts me. I don't even know if it was a battle system, I can't remember what it was, but I bought that just because it was a Square Enix game and I was on a Final Fantasy X binge, and after I played it, I took it back to WH Smith immediately and got a refund because I was a small child and I was able to do so. Nowadays, I would have thrown at the cashier's face with pure venom and say, how dare you give this to me, even though she's not the one who made the game, even though I don't think WH Smith is even a thing anymore in the UK, you're going to have to tell me it's been that long. But yeah, Chrono Cross, sorry, I went on a complete tangent there. I'll have, if that's your opinion, Michael, fine. I'm pretty sure there were worse battle systems, in my opinion. I don't think Chrono Cross is probably it. Because a lot of people seem to love Chrono Cross. They say it's a great PS1 game, so it can't be the worst battle system in the world. Come on. The Saga game's still a crap. I'll fight you. The Saga games are terrible in their battle systems. Hate them. Coop8182 says, overrated PlayStation 1 game is Clock Tower. I can't describe how the gameplay feels other than it's frustrating as watching a T-Rex try to pick up some acorns. Now, this made me chuckle. I'm not even going to comment on the fact about the gameplay. I don't give a shit, to be honest, about what you think about, well, I do care, but I don't care what anyone says, oh, it's overrated, it's not overrated. I don't care about that. It was the fact that you use the analogy as a T-Rex picking up acorns. That made me chuckle. It's the idea of the T-Rex from Jurassic Park. That's not, it sounds like more like a Wookiee, like a Chewbacca, whatever. He is a Wookiee. Here he is. But look, I get called a T-Rex. I may be 6'3", 6'4", but I actually have tiny little arms, not as tiny as a T-Rex. But I'm meant to be a goalkeeper in football, soccer. So when people figure that out, I'm like, how does that work? And then they always go, how the hell did you actually manage to reach the top corner? I can barely touch the crossbar. Again, I'm 6'3", 6'4". I should be doing that. So that analogy hit home and really made me chuckle. I didn't show the wife because she would have agreed with me and probably gone, have you ever seen him try to wipe my arse? She's never seen that. But it's the same analogy. Getting around there is a bit of a struggle sometimes. But well played, Coop. Well played. Stavros per 2032. I butchered that. I'm sorry. I can't read. I'm really terrible at these things. My most overrated PlayStation 1 game is the Gran Turismo series. Having you play the same track for at least 100 times just to get the money so you can buy the car required to progress is tedious as hell. The problem is that it doesn't happen just once. Welcome to the grind, sunshine. That's not a bitch for me. That's normal. Have you played a JRPG? Have you played any RPG? Grinding is part of the process and you must love the grind. That's what we do. I did it when I was playing Pokemon. I did the Elite Four again and again and again and again, and you come to love it. When your Pokemon gets that one extra level, you're like, yeah! So you have to do that track 100 times? Good. You do that track 100 times. Welcome to my world. Many RPG players will be watching this video going, yep, now you know how it feels. Yep, in our world, bitch. You could be a lovely person, starve Rosp. But yeah, you're complaining to the wrong guy, Sunshine. I'm sitting here with a can of beer. I'm not. It's a can of Coke. It's 10 in the morning. I'm not that early. I'm looking after the kids. But even still, your bitching doesn't work with me. Go back and tell another Gran Turismo player who actually might hear your that's not a word, your worries and complain, I don't care. I'm sitting here like on a mighty throne of lies and all the skulls of all the things I've killed in my grind over the time, and you're literally one of us. So I know when I do Gran Turismo, doing that 100 times isn't going to bother me. I'll actually be a little comfy sock I can put my feet in. I don't know why I came up with that analogy, but I did. Don Corleone... Corleone? Don Corleone... Shut up! Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero's mythology is so overrated. Great video, sir. Cheers. Look, I think you're chatting bubble. I know exactly what you did here. Thank you, Dong Dong. We'll call you Dong Dong. Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero mythologies is overrated. Really? Guarantee. Look, we know he's lying. We know he's laughing. And I imagine everyone else is either sitting here going, I get your joke, Dong Dong. You're a funny guy. Or someone's going to be sitting here. It's going to be blue hair, nose ring. Going, oh my God, no, it's absolutely terrible. It's the worst game in the world. How can you say it's overrated? That's the joke. That's the joke. Calm yourself. I've never actually played Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero mythologies. There's a mouthful. I am terrified when I have to do that for the podcast, because in the podcast we don't just play good games, we play terrible games. I know I will have to do it, and I imagine it's going to be like a week of my life I'm not going to get back, and I'll personally blame you, Dong Dong. That is now your new name. Change your login name, and if it's not, you're never coming on this show again, Dong Dong. And if you do join the Patreon, I'm going to call you Dong Dong forever. Dong Dong. Jeff Cox 6539 says, most overrated game on the PlayStation 1, Parappa the Rapper, bad rhythm game with bad music. That is not what got your comment, it was this one. And if anyone says Parasite Eve, don't be surprised when Santa doesn't show up to your house at Christmas. That's what got you on the show. That is the stuff that will get my attention. You make up silly things like that, I will read them out because they make me chuckle. Imagine that. Imagine if my daughter... Oh, my son can't, he can't talk. But he's a baby. But imagine if my daughter says, Daddy, I like Parasite Eve. And Santa's just in his workshop going, well, she's on the naughty list, that bitch. Doesn't like Parasite Eve. Oh, no chance. Is Parappa Rapper overrated? Well, his design was good because he became one of the, pseudo mascots for the PlayStation. Is it a bad rhythm game? I didn't see much pushback on the comment section. Maybe it is a bad rhythm game. Although I did see someone the other day saying that Punch-Out was overrated because it's a rhythm game. Well, that's boxing. The whole thing's a rhythm. I know, boxers are going to be like, no, it's not a rhythm. It is a rhythm. You learn your patterns, you learn your tells, and they all do stuff like the French guy when he hits you with his hair. He said, that's not the French guy, is it? In Super Punch-Out? No. Who am I thinking of? The French guy's the guy... Oh, the French guy's the first guy you beat. And you never won a fight. That's the French guy. Who's the guy who uses your hair? Is he Japanese? Surely it's illegal. I think he's the Japanese guy. I'm not Googling it. I know I've gone on a tangent. That's how my mind works. So, Jeff Cox, you could be completely right. Go back to your point. But it's the fact that Santa is his thing about whether you're a naughty or nice kid is if you do not like Parasite... Or if you think Parasite Eve is overrated, I should say. That is superb. Timestamp 3919, yes, you're on again. PS1's most overrated game is Symphony of the Night. The Flip Castle is just lazy and unfun. Well, you're fucking unfun. It's not lazy. It's genius. It's genius. It's amazing because it still works. And then it's not unfun because the best parts of the game are in the second half. The best bosses are in the second half. The fact you have free reign because you've already got the bat form by this point. So you can go absolutely nuts. It's awesome. And it's like, whoa, holy crap, you didn't even know this was in the game. You could finish Symphony of the Night, go home and go, what a great time I've had, until years later someone tells you, did you do the flipped up castle? What? What? There was a flipped up castle? Do I think it's ridiculously obtuse that there's no real, hint that it's there unless you really deep dive? Yes, I think that's stupid. That is what I will say is stupid. And it's not fun, it's just very fucking stupid and unnecessary. I love Symphony of the Night. Game still holds up now. Good fun. Better than a lot of other PlayStation. It's one of my favourite games on the PlayStation. It's one of my favourite I think it's my favourite Castlevania game. It's awesome. It took me a long time to get into, admittedly, because I wasn't into Metroidvanias when I was younger. But I love Symphony of the Night. It's cool. And when the anime version of it comes along, I'm going to be sat there in my underpants watching it for days. Why it has to be my underpants? It is my underpants. Leave me alone. I'm not doing that. It's probably because I'm going to be all hot and flustered. There, see? I didn't make it rude. You all made it rude in your head. And for those who don't like my humour, well, that's just how my brain works. Okay? Leave me alone. Zachariah Pariah. Oh, I saw how you did that. That's a Parappa the Rapper. I noticed you don't say follow your dreams anymore. No, I've forgotten recently. I've forgotten to say follow your dreams. So I gave up on them and just cried myself to sleep. No! Zachariah Pariah Parappa Rapper. No! Oh, an overrated PlayStation 1 game is Final Fantasy Tactics. Whew. Oh, wow, I get to move 3 spaces. Wow, I get to face right. Oh, wow, now I get to choose an action. And that only took forever. And now I get to do that over and over. Such a slog. Boring, tedious, and monotonous all rolled into one. No, you don't understand the monotony. No, that's what makes the game fun. Oh, God. Oh. Tactical RPGs are my thing. I get it, you know, it's different things for different people. We all have things. That's fine. And if that's not, tactical RPGs aren't your nothing, that I can accept that. That's fine. I love tactical RPGs. Oh my God, I love it more than my wife. She's not here. She's working. She won't ever hear this. She doesn't watch my content, so don't worry. I love tactical RPGs. I wish they make more of them. Oh, the amount of hours I've spent in Final Fantasy Tactics. Final Fantasy Tactics Advance is one of my favourite games of all time. Go check it out, it is. But, oh, this game's so good. The plot's so good. The story's so good. The annoying thing with Final Fantasy Tactics, especially in the original version of the PlayStation, is you can essentially soft-lock yourself because you get to a certain boss and you're absolutely bam-screwed if you have not got your Ramza to a certain point. Yes, that's a thing, and it's very annoying, because I nearly did it, and I had to find a way, and thankfully, because I had a knight well leveled up, I was able to do it. Don't ask me to go into it. I know I've just gone in this weird direction, but that's why I think. This game is cool. Zachariah Pariah Parappa the Rapper. This game is awesome. I love the fact I get to move 3 spaces. I love the fact I get to face right. Oh, and yet you choose an action. You choose a bloody good one. Monotonous and boring and tedious all rolled into one. This is fantastic. Sitting there with a glass of rosé as I, defeat my enemies. That is my absolute dream. I was tempted. I've got a bottle of rosé in the fridge. No. Come on. It's 10 past 10 in the morning. And you're looking after the kids. It's not that time. Later, yes. And I might play some Final Fantasy Tactics, Zachariah Pariah. Yeah. Because of you. In my head now. Anthony Flack says, I should actually say, Anthony, I did edit this because you had 3 games, but this was the one that tickled me fancy the most. You put Tekken 3, fighting games for nerds who enjoy mesmerizing extremely long, complicated combos. Yes, that's me. I'm a nerd who likes memorizing extremely long, complicated combos. Honestly, learning Jin Kazama's 10-hit combo is more satisfying than being able to figure out how my wife works. You know when that magic spot is hit that spot? I would rather try and figure out how to hit a 10-hit combo. That gives more satisfaction to me than finding the spot. Yes, I went there. I didn't go there. I went there in my head. I love Tekken 3. How can you say it's overrated? It's one of the greatest fighting games ever. You could release Tekken 3 now, and it still plays just as good as the day it came out. Now, I know that's an argument where you say, well, some platformers should be able to do it like Super Mario. I know that. But fighting games, back in the day, some of them are very rough. Tekken 3 is still goddamn awesome. It looks cool. It plays cool. It's got amazing characters. There's no Jun Kazama, I should say, which is goddamn annoying because she was my hero. Do you know how cool it was when I was playing Tekken Tag and I get to be able to do an unlimited combo with Jun Kazama? Oh my god, I just felt like the angel of death. Don't you take away my unlimited combos. And it had Gonin, little dinosaur who could fart. Oh, Anthony, you've never seen fun until you've seen a dinosaur that could fart. Oh my god, awesome. And I suppose we should be looking at the next video, so let's look at the Sega Mega Drive, the Genesis, and I'm asking you guys what you think is the most overrated games on the Sega Mega Drive, Genesis, whatever you want to call it, I'm not really fussed. As always, you can say what you want. If you want to try and piss me off, go for it. If you want to give your honest opinion, go for it. And if you do appear on the show, remember, it's all good fun. If you do have any other PlayStation ones you want to mention, put them on here, because we can always do a second video. I'm not just going to go off the PlayStation 1 train because I think this is fun to do, and if you guys like it, just keep throwing your likes and keep throwing your comments because that's what we do. Alright, let's get into the last one. And that's Shooter, the emu with a gun. I wouldn't recommend that. Well, I was going to say Final Fantasy VII. We always knew Final Fantasy VII was going to be on there. Let's be honest, I put it as a fruit the other day, and we all know it's my favourite game of all time, so this is obviously going to piss me off, and a lot of you mentioned this one, but I'm going with Shooter, the emu with a gun. He says, well, I was going to say Final Fantasy VII, and I still am, you bastard. There are preceding games. Final Fantasy IV defined the character-driven narrative, and Final Fantasy VI scale while maintaining quality, story, and strong character narratives. I'm reading it as it says. Final Fantasy VII gets the hype because it had the marketing push to get it into the mainstream. Every game after it had better graphics. What does Final Fantasy VII that makes it stand out? A main character permadeath and one wicked angel. Sephiroth finds out his mum was an alien, wigs out and throws a tantrum. Boring compared to Kefka, and Terra Zidane handled these mixed heritage much better. The main hero has messed up memories, lame and confusing. There are much better main characters and they're more stoic. Except Squall, he is also lame. Okay, let's go through some of your... I'm sitting like Mr. Burns going, excellent. Because I've got points. I've got points. Yes, Final Fantasy VI is a great game. I'm not saying it's not. And Final Fantasy IV did basically say about this narrative game. Because that's what the Final Fantasy, the second ones do, or the even ones do. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. It's 12 as well. It's easy more narrative-based driven. Okay, everything else, the odd ones are just experimental games. But it wasn't just the hype. It was awesome. The main reason I will, keep pushing this game forever is because of Tifa's tits.
Really?
Yes, I said it, and yes, I used this Negan thing once again, and I will continue to use this Negan thing. It is the only video which stays on my desktop, because I know I'm going to make references to Tifa's breasts at any point, which means I then need to back it up with that Negan video, because I'm an absolute child. Goddamn awesome. But, okay, the main character permadeath. Yes, I know we have other video games with main character permadeath, but you weren't expecting that one to die. Some people found it very upsetting. I was like, go bye, bitch. Go bye doesn't make a word. Goodbye, bitch. Ha ha ha. All those people who leveled her up thinking, she's going to be really pivotal to the end of the game. It's that Natalie Portman Star Wars thing. You're going to level me up, right? You're going to level me up, right? No, I'm not. Yeah, Sephiroth was a bit of a bitch for his having a bit of a tantrum. He looks cool than Kefka. Kefka's a better hero, well, better villain. He's not a hero. He's a better villain, I understand that. But, Sephiroth just looks cool. He looks badass. You'd rather look like Sephiroth than look like Kefka. You really will. And Terra and Zidane handle their mixed heritages better? Well, yeah, maybe. Maybe, but I don't care. Sephiroth looks cool. The main hero has messed up memories. Well, yes, he does. That's called trauma. It's not lame and confusing. It's trauma. I know trauma very well. I teach trauma. Yes, I'm actually an intelligent boy when you put it. But no, it's not lame and confusing. He looks damn cool. Also, Squall. Squall's also got a lot of trauma as well, okay? He's not like Zidane, however you want to call him. All right? Those two have a lot of goddamn trauma they've gone through. More than I would have gone through. And yes, the graphics, you could argue they get better right now. I love the Lego box thing. The Lego box thing looks cool. I love the anime aesthetic. Yes, this was the first RPG that really made me into the whole thing. Fine, I accept that. I'm not going to say it's overrated. I still think it's the goddamn best PS1 game. One of the best games, my favourite game of all time. I'll fight you for it. Come find me in the street and we'll fight. And when the police join in, that's when it really ramps up because they got guns. Then we'll take the guns and it'll be a shootout and then there'll be blood on the street. Imagine the papers the next day. Blood on the street because of Final Fantasy VII. And to be fair, that could actually start a war. You know there would be, because people will be out, the geeks will rise. They'll see that is the moment for us to rise against all those who think Final Fantasy VII is overrated and all those who think, no, it's underrated. We must give it more acceptance. We must say it's better than Elden Ring. We must say it's the greatest game of all time. And I'll be on the side that wins. I don't know why my mind goes in these directions, but Shooter the emu with a gun, you're the one who has a freaking gun. And I've seen emus in the wild. No, I haven't seen them in the wild. I've seen them in the zoo. That's a bit different. I was thinking of a kangaroo for all of a sudden. I've seen them in the wild. I've seen echidnas in the wild. I've never seen an emu in the wild. But either way, this emu has a gun. With me now? You with me? He's the one with look at his picture. To bring his picture back up. He's ready for war. He knows what's coming. But yeah, just also, One Winged Angel's a cool song. Especially with the electric guitar. It's one of the best ass. You go running to that, you feel cool. I know some people are all these little arguments you've heard before. You also want to come up with your other arguments why Final Fantasy VII sucks? Fine, we'll do a whole bloody video if necessary of why you think Final Fantasy VII's overrated, and I'll fight you. Again, we're not going down that rabbit hole, but I think it's the best goddamn game ever. I think Shooter the emu with a gun, you suck. You don't really. I don't know. You could suck. I have no idea. But I'm just assuming you don't suck. So, Shooter the emu with the gun. That is a name. Rolls off the tongue really well. I am ranting on now, and I'll probably wrap this up. But yeah, I'm after you. I'm after you. And that is it. And remember, if you did appear in this video, it's all a laugh. We can all go to the pub and have a good old jolly pint with this and just have a chuckle at ourselves. But if you've got more games you think are overrated, let me know in the comments, and we'll do a Sega Mega Drive one next time. Until then, my name's been Danny. You take care of yourselves. Follow your dreams. Bye-bye.